Hi, Chloe. Thank you for being here in this interview with us. Today, I will ask you some general cultural aspects about your home country, France. So, the first question is, how would you describe the culture in your home country?
France has a strong culture with history, art, good food. People value freedom, individuality, and logic. There is a lot of national pride.
Okay. Now, the next question is, what do you think are the most important values in French society, and how do you compare those to the ones in Mexico?
In France, we focus on independence, equality, and efficiency. People think to be direct et delicious, direct. In Mexico, family, community, warmth are more important qui en France.
Okay. Now, moving to the next question. What are the main differences you have noticed in lifestyle between Mexico and France?
In France, lunch is the main meal, and in Mexico, dinner is smaller. In France, we work less. In Mexico,
In hours? We work more
yes.
here? Okay.
In France, we work more.
Okay.
Here,
You only use car?
yes.
Okay. Perfect. And how is the alcohol consumption perceived in France compared to Mexico? For example, in what times of the day do you consume alcohol, or how many times in a week, for example?
In France, alcohol is part of the meal. We drink wine pour lunch et pour les dîners aussi, ouais. People drink slowly in France and enjoy.
And do you think we drink fast
Yes,
here?
yes.
Okay.
You drink a lot in parties and celebrations.
Okay. Now, what aspects do you think French consumers consider the most important when buying imported products, like, for example, in this case, tequila?
French people like high quality tradition. We like to drink tequila with the
lime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you drink tequila often?
It's popular. Is popular in France, les tequila. Mais I think our tequila is mauvais, is bad.
Okay.
In France.
And do you like Mexican tequila better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Here is good.
Now, I will ask you about the general perception of Mexican products in France. What do you think is the general perception of Mexican culture and products such as tequila in your country?
Many people in France think of Mexico as colorful, lively, full of tradition.
And do you often buy the products from Mexico?
We don't consume a lot of Mexican products. We don't have many restaurants Mexican that are good
And
in France. But we know the cliché de Mexique qui is the tequila shots, mariachis.
And would you like to be able to buy Mexican tequila in your country?
Yes, we do have good tequila, but it's very expensive.
Okay, perfect. Now I want to ask you, how long have you been living in Mexico?
A year,
A year?
1 year.
Okay, and what has been your biggest culture shock while living here?
People like to party a lot.
Here?
Yes.
Okay.
People like to drink a lot.
Here? More
Yes,
than in France?
Yes. And and also the warmth
Of the people.
of Mexican people.
And do you like
Yes.
Mexican food?
Yes, I do. I love tacos.
Okay, perfect. And lastly, as I told you, we are researching the idea of introducing the tequila product to the French market. So, based on your experience and knowledge of the French culture, what strategies would you recommend us to introduce the tequila product more effectively into the French market?
I think that you should pair it with food, like pair the tequila with food, because in France we drink a lot when we eat with the
Okay.
meals. I think that should be a good idea.
And do you
And,
see the French people consuming tequila in your
Yes,
country?
yes, they often order tequila shots in clubs and things like that. But we don't drink that much tequila if we are not in a club.
Okay.
That's why should be a good idea to pair it with food, because we do drink a lot when we eat, and also to look for opportunities to import the tequila, and that it's not very expensive
Okay.
in France. Yes.
Perfect. Well, thanks a lot for your time and your opinions. This is very valuable to us, and it was nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure to meet you.